So I just took my first exam that I did not use my accommodations on, which was a huge mistake. For those of you who don't know, I have ADHD that I take medicine for on a daily basis. And I also, along with my ADHD, have like some dyslexic symptoms and other stuff that just comes along with ADHD. And I also am a very anxious person. So it just all jumbles up. I just took an exam. I didn't sign up early enough to take it with my accommodations because it was an interim class, so it was only 2 weeks long. You have to like register for your accommodations like 2 weeks in advance. I didn't end up doing it. I was like, I'll be fine, like, you know, it'll work out. I survived, but it was so hard, and I definitely got some wrong just because I didn't understand really what was going on. And this made me realize that a lot of people probably don't understand what it's like with a learning disability in test taking situations, and don't even realize why like someone like me uses accommodations so much. So the accommodations that I usually get for taking tests and exams is I get double time, and I also have a person who reads it to me if I want. For example, something that trips me up every single time is like things that say, which of these is not true, or like double negative, like things. Like, I don't know why teachers do that. Well, I do understand why, but it just really confuses me. And so little things like that, like you may not even consider that to be a challenging thing, but for someone like me, I will be sitting there for 10 minutes trying to figure out what it is getting me to do. So I sat down ready to take my exam this morning with a very dull pencil, mechanical pencil that didn't have an eraser that I wasn't sure was gonna work, and another pencil that was mechanical that didn't have any lead in it, but it had an eraser. And I sat down and I saw all of the people and all of the movement and just all the little noises that people were making, and I was like, oh no, I am screwed. People don't really understand, and what's nice about a video is that I can edit in things in post and add stuff to make it more effective, because I don't think I can really describe what it's like taking a test when everything around you is distracting. I will be taking my tests and I'll have to plug my ears because I don't know, like I can't function without having my ears plugged. And so if you ever see me taking a test, you'll just see me going like this. And then I'll have to like, especially if it's something like where multiple choice is really hard for me, and if I'm eliminating. Also, this entire exam was multiple choice and matching, so that was another not good thing about it. I don't know why I didn't do it. I guess I thought, I've honestly forgotten how much accommodations like helps me. And that's kind of why I'm making this video, because I don't think people really understand what it's like to have to deal with this, because they're like, oh, you'll be fine, like you'll be all good. So even one of my friends today was like, you're gonna do great, like don't worry about it. But then it made me realize they don't really know what it's like to deal with. And honestly, like it was like, it gave me peace and it made me feel better about it. But it was like, you've never really experienced this, so like you don't know how difficult, especially it was a big room. There were tiny little desks, so I couldn't like have all my stuff spread out, and I could like see everyone from where I was. This is editing Becky, because I remember I forgot to say this, but I wanted to. I hate it when people say, oh, I wouldn't have expected that you needed accommodations. That is not a compliment. That is definitely an insult. That's like saying you look smarter than you actually are, or you look more functional than you actually are. Don't say that to people. That's not a compliment, and it makes them feel bad. And so I was sitting there doing this multiple choice test, like plugging my ears and everything, but like this is what it sounded like to me while I was trying to take this test. I was like sitting there going,
Yes, your father and mother have joined them in the frozen wasteland and married you there.
and also it's hard for me to like bounce from the one sheet to another sheet if it's a bubble dot and like Scantron type thing. I guess I had kind of forgotten and not been appreciating how much accommodations has really helped me in life, and I want to encourage everyone out there who is pondering whether they should use accommodations or not, at least try a few times. Don't just try once, try like more than once, because it might just be the test. Like some of my tests I don't need accommodations for very much at all, but some of my tests I need so much accommodations. I just need to sit there and have someone read it to me. So I'm minoring in Spanish. I also am doing Spanish tutoring. Like, I have a tutor that I meet with every week, and my college is paying the tutor to also read me my tests in Spanish, so I can have accommodations in that too, which is so good because that was something that I was very worried about. When I was in high school, at the end of my high school career, one of the reasons why I really realized that I could do Spanish is because one of my teachers started recording my tests for me, and then I would have a recording and I could play what it said, and it was so helpful to me, especially because there are a lot of U's and N's in Spanish and I just get them all mixed up. Something that, like, I don't think affects anyone else. I think it's just me. Well, I'm sure there are other people that have this, but I mix up my K's and Y's so much. I know that one of them has 3 sticks and one of them has 4 sticks, but I literally have to write them in cursive next to it because I'm like... So I think the point of this video is just when you hear and meet people that use accommodations, understand that it's something that really helps them learn, and they're there to learn. So why wouldn't they use the tools that's given to them? Especially, like, I hate it when people discourage accommodations because it just makes it so that they're able to understand the test and take it well. For me, it's like going from the King James version to the Message. For me, I just have to, if I'm on my own, I just have to do a lot more interpreting. If you use accommodations and or are considering using accommodations, just know that, like, it has helped me a lot and it could help you a lot. And just remember to be grateful that we have that opportunity. And if you don't have that opportunity, reach out and ask for that opportunity because it makes a world of difference. As a person who's going to be a teacher, I know that something I'm going to emphasize so much with my students is I really want to make sure that they understand and help them feel like they're not lesser because they don't necessarily understand the test the normal way. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, you guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.